Hey, this is going to be a quick video. You're at Flying Fox Fruits. My name's Adam Shafran, and I'm going to venture to say I think I've got one of the largest collections of Plinia outside of Brazil, especially planted in the ground. And we've been planting more and more all the time. And I've got new varieties coming up every year that originate actually on this farm or in the United States. These are chance hybrids, mutations, things like that. By planting so many seeds and having so many trees in close proximity, fruiting and flowering in the same location, some real cool stuff happens. Come over close here and take a look at this tree. This one is Plinia Fetrantha, and I called it Sanford. But this was a seedling that I got in a batch of white Jaboticaba seeds I ordered from a guy out of Hawaii. And maybe it was just one that got tossed in by chance. But I always put it aside and said, this one looks different, this one looks different. And it turned out to be a Fetrantha. And I wouldn't say the fruit is anything much different than the other Fetranthas I've had. You know, ESALQ, Novak, or Fetrantha varieties that I've tasted in addition to this variety. They're all about the same. They make a nice big fruit. They've got large seeds. And the skin is not something I'd want to eat like a red or an anomaly skin or even a trunciflora skin. Plinia trunciflora has a nice thin skin that's low tannin that you could sometimes just eat it up and it doesn't really present any issues. But this is a great tree. It's really strong. It's tolerant of heat, a little bit of cold, and check it out here. There's some flowers coming. Makes a nice big fruit. And I love the growth habit on this one. Look at the very bottom. It's like one big fat stalk, and then it goes into four of them, like a hand coming up almost. So this one takes a lot of heat in particular. I think that's going to be true for a lot of your Fetrantha varieties. It's just a seedling, and it's just a seedling variety, but I definitely can pick this one out of the crowd. If I've grafted them, I can tell it's this one, usually. So come around and we'll show you some more varieties. That's one. Plinia variety, Sanford. Look here, that's a ruby honey. Ruby honey, baby. Now that's a Plinia cauliflora variety, if I'm not mistaken. I think it's an heirloom variety of Plinia cauliflora. It's supposed to be very sweet with a thin skin and a nice pink colored flesh. There's another one right next to it. These are my two big ruby honeys. And I could be wrong on that, but I believe it's Plinia cauliflora. It may be Plinia sp, but I think it's cauliflora, to be honest. But we'll find out. Double check me on that. This one's your watermelon. And that's Plinia aureana, they say, but I don't really agree with that personally, but they're calling it Plinia aureana. The variety is watermelon, or I think there's another name for it. I think it's Brajada Branca or something, but here's another one here. These are the watermelons. They like a lot of sunlight. There's another one here. This is my poorest of the three. And then look at the wood on these things, the growth. These are about 2.5 years old now, I bet. This one's got a cool shape there. Something maybe broke a branch there. It looks kind of cool. So, how about this one over, what's this tree? This one is a Plinia hybrid, one that originated at my farm. Well, the seed came from Larry Schatzer's farm. It's a Plinia trunciflora crossed with a red, I think. And it hasn't fruited yet, and we're calling it TR1 for now. We got to give it an official name. I haven't really dead set on it yet. And then there's one over here. This one's named after Grimmel, John Kimber, the GR1, the Grimmel Red Hybrid #1. I call it Kimber because it originated from seeds that were planted from Kimber's collection, and it's the spitting image of the red and the Grimmel. Look at this leaf. If that doesn't look like the Grimmel right there, look at that, how dark it is. That does not look anything like a red, if you know what a red looks like. It's much darker leaf. This one is bushy. It fruits a lot. This is one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie. Look at the bark on it. It's flowering now. It's got some fruit on it. It's been fruiting all year long. This is a wonderful fruit tree. This one's about 4.5, 5 years old by now. It's been fruiting for 1.5 years at least. But now it's finally coming into getting real groovy with it. But look how bushy this thing is. This is gorgeous. Hey, let's give him a real quick show of this for 1 second. Beauty butt in a pot. When's the last time you saw that? Don't show it off too much there. Beauty butt in a pot. There it goes. Oh, there's another fruit on this all the way if you come around this side. There's a little more there. You see it there? Looking good, looking good. Flowers on it still. That was just a bonus. And if you come over this way, Plinia Fetrantha Branca. Plinia Fetrantha Branca. Seedling. This is Branca Mel. And I think they're calling this Plinia aureana. The variety is Broncamel, and it makes a beautiful fruit, a really gorgeous fruit. This is a pretty tree too. Big, green, yellow, whatever, green fruit. It's supposed to be a premier variety, y'all. Check out these. Look at these. Plinia sapucaia. That's spelled S-A-P-U-C-I-A. Something. Sapucaia. Gosh, I'm not gonna be able to spell it. I think it's A-I-A. S-A-P-U-C-A-I-A, I believe. Sapucaia. This is the same tree, same tree, same tree. Look at the variety and all the variation in season. Plinia fratranta, variety Sapucaia. I probably misspelled it. I forget how to spell it. I always, you know, you gotta have Google spell check. This one needs some water here, but it's doing fine. This is the Plinia hybrid here. Check out this one. These ones look a lot like the Grimmel, but they're not. This is one that I'm calling Carlos because I got it from a collector named Carlos. I have 3 of them here. And boy, if they look just like the Grimmel, but they're not, I'll tell you what. They're not. Don't worry about it, ain't nothing. And then let's look at a couple more and we'll call it a day here maybe. Look at this one. This is Rosa de Pescos, RDP, Plinia fratranta, variety Rosa de Pescos, or Pescoco, that's how you spell it. This is one of several trees, and this is one of my biggest ones. They're starting to peel, Angel. Once they start to peel, you know the deal. They're gonna fruit soon after, flower after. Peeling time. Peeling, I pulled some peel off. Okay, oh look, Plinia edgeless. This is a Cambuca, one of my favorite fruits here that I'm growing. I've got fruit to set, but I haven't got one to ripen yet. These are flowering size trees. They're about 10, 12 years old. You can get lucky and flower them in 4 years if you plant 1,000. Maybe 1 out of 1,000 will do that. But typically it's going to take 8 years or more. And it's a wonderful fruit tree. More people should be growing it. You could fruit it in a pot, but it's going to get big. It's going to get big. This is another Cambuca right here. And there's varieties between the two. Now look, the leaf on this looks a little different. It's kind of hard to tell, but this one's got more of an oval shape and that one's more elongated. But there are varieties of Plinia edgeless, and this is another variety of Plinia edgeless Cambuca. It's doing fine. I see flowers on it. It wants the flower, but it's not. You know, the flowers pop up as soon as you think they didn't. Hey look, there's an achacharu. Someone's been asking, do a video on your Cambuca and your achacharu. Well, here's the achacharu. It's been hit by the cold. It's growing fine, no flowers. It's probably 15 years old, stunted. I need to put weeds, you know, weed the bottom and fertilizer it. But it's alive. It's gone through heck. It's gone through heck. Sapodilla needs water. Strigipes. This is not a Plinia, but it's a close relative. Myrcieria strigipes. We're just showing this off because it looks beautiful, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Nice. Let's show them a couple more and we're going to call it quits. Well, heck, let's take them out to the red Jaboticaba grove, people. Oh, there might be fruit on. Careful walking barefoot around the Jaboticabas. They'll stab you like a spear. Weeds need to get pulled on that. Wow. Let's get in here. Careful for a wasp nest. These are red. Weeds need to be pulled in here. I'm always 10 steps behind. We're looking for that one fruit. Well, heck, here's some flowers under here. At least you can show them that. Look at the flowers going down there. It's trying to be fruit on it. Shows you they do something besides just look pretty all the time. It's starting to do a rain shower. This is nice. Yeah, they're flowers. There's some green fruit, but no purples. I was hoping to find the purple one for the video. Not today. Well, I guess we'll show a couple more trees and call it a day. The Tangatuba's dropping fruit. couple Pitanga tubas. Let's see if they taste nasty. I'm gonna taste one. It's got fertilizer on it. It's actually delicious. Dog's tasting chicken. Eugenia, Florida. Plinia oblongata. We just planted that today. I like this location we planted in. It gets a lot of sun. That's a grafted, double grafted, baby. Plinia oblongata. And we're gonna end it right over here. Plinia Fetranta variety Novak. We just planted that. Plinia Fetranta variety ESALQ. Plinia coronata, looking like junk. Don't know what variety. It's looking like junk, but look, it's gonna grow out of it. She's gonna grow out of it. It's got some new growth coming. You can barely see it. They look like junk and then they come out of it. Red Jabo. Schatzer's hybrid. That's TR2, hybrid between the Trunciflora and the red, we believe. But look at the gorgeous growth on that. Unlike anything you've seen. Look at the gorgeous. That ain't the red, and it ain't the Trunciflora. It's something different right in between, I believe. That's my theory on it. That's a grafted tree. I think we're gonna end it. Here's one more coronata. They said this is a different variety. This one looks a little better than the other. And you see it's got burnt leaves all over, but there's new growth coming out. It's kind of hard to see from there, but Trunciflora looking a little junky, but it's alive. I think that's gonna end it. Well, let's show them this one and we'll end it with this one. That's a Sabara. That's my big Sabara on the property. The regular old Plinia Jaboticaba variety Sabara. And it's flowered, but not yet set fruit. And it just goes to show you, a lot of varieties out there. This is the one that I graft at and use as a rootstock for most of my trees, the Plinias. So I just wanted to show this one off. Thank you for watching, y'all. That's it. There's more to this now.